Do you consider yourself an amateur detective? Then check out the new mobile game, June's Journey. Set in the glamorous 1920s, June's Journey is the most fun you'll have on your phone. Seek and find all the hidden pictures in time. Play Spot the Difference. Build and customize your island haven. Solve mysteries. And compete with friends to see who has the keenest sense of observation. 30 million fans can't be wrong. So download June's Journey now for free on your favorite app store.
This episode is brought to you by HP Plus. In a world full of smart devices, isn't it about time your printer got smart too? Now printing is smart with HP Plus, and the HP Smart app is how it all happens. You can print from your phone with just a tap, no matter where you are, even from your garage/home office/yoga studio. Huh, that is smart. HP Plus. Learn more about smart printing at hp.com/smart.
This episode is brought to you by Cheerios Oat Crunch. Make a good morning great with Cheerios Oat Crunch Almond. Topped with whole grain oats and sliced almonds, it's a breakfast your whole family will love. Pick up your box of the new Cheerios Oat Crunch Almond at your local grocery store.
Welcome to Induction Vault, a production of iHeartRadio and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Billy Joel broke into the mainstream with his signature piano ballads, followed by some of rock and roll's biggest anthems. He exhibited stylistic, daring, and impeccable musicianship while assembling one of the great catalogs of popular songs in this century. In 1999, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by fellow piano man, the great Ray Charles, who also happened to be one of Billy Joel's heroes. Ray Charles steps up to the podium to thunderous applause to share his admiration and to induct a dear friend. When Billy Joel steps up to accept the honor, he calls the moment a dream of his, being inducted by one of rock and roll's all-time greats. Joel thanks his band and crew for the many years of making great music and tells the audience that his wonderful life is all thanks to the power of rock and roll. Joel then gives a heartfelt thanks to the many black artists whom he praises as the true pioneers and the original soul of rock and roll.
Nice. Thank you. Oh, that's that. You sure know how to make an old man feel good. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I must be honest with you. I'm totally out of place. I don't speak too much. I don't know anything about talking. Singing is my business, as you well know. Thank you. But I'm here to say something to you that sincerely from my heart. You know, my friend Billy Joel, I want you to know, first of all, I genuinely love and respect this man. He's ultra talented. That's number one. Now, some of you are going to say, well, wait a minute now. Well, where'd you come from? Why do you feel like that, Ray? Well, I'll give you just a little insight into my brain. First of all, if you think about a man that has maybe 37, 38 huge hits, 13 of them went in the top 10. 3 of them were number 1. That gives you what we say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And, Billy Joel said, he said, I want to play my music from my experience, which said to me he wanted to play his music according to the life that he saw around him and what was important. Beautiful man, piano man, they call him. I like that. Just the way you are. Yeah, okay, man. I hear that, you know. And you know, I don't want to bring myself too much into this, but I have to say, to me, this is just to me, he wrote one of the most beautiful songs that we sung together called Me and My Baby Grand. You know? And I guess I'll leave you with this thought, because he said it himself. He said, yeah, but it's still rock and roll to me.
After the break, we'll get to hear from the piano man himself, Billy Joel, on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction vault.
It's crazy how much we have to pay for outdated, impersonal healthcare, and even crazier that we all just accept it. It's time to face facts. Healthcare is backwards. Luckily, there's Forward, a new approach to primary care that's surprisingly personal and refreshingly straightforward. Forward never makes you feel like just another patient. Backed by top-rated doctors and the latest tech, Forward gives you access to personalized care whenever you need it. Using in-depth genetic analysis and real-time blood work, Forward's top-rated doctors provide you with in-depth insights to better understand your genetics, mental, and physical health. They then create custom, easy-to-understand plans to help guide you to achieving long-term health. With Forward, you get unlimited in-person visits with your doctor and access to care anytime via the Forward app, all for one flat monthly fee. It's time to stop accepting backwards healthcare and start moving your health forward. Visit GoForward.com today to learn more. That's GoForward.com.
Do you consider yourself an amateur detective? Then check out June's Journey, the exciting mobile game with 30 million fans. Set in the glamorous 1920s, June's Journey is the most fun you can have on your phone. Get ready to be totally absorbed into the world of this game. Each colorful scene is carefully crafted to make you feel like you're literally stepping back in time. You'll embark on a mission to help June Parker solve her sister's murder, and it's your job to help June find the proof that will catch the killer. From family secrets to dirty flapper scandals, June's Journey will put your detective skills to the test. Along the way, you'll need to search for hidden pictures, play Spot the Difference, and compete with friends to see who has the keenest sense of observation. Take a thrilling trip back to the 1920s, solve a mystery, and take on your friends to get to the top of the leaderboard. Download June's Journey for free from your favorite app store today.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football is back, and the best bet you can make is downloading the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It doesn't matter if you're new to gambling or an old pro, FanDuel has something for everyone. And as an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you know your bets are safe. There's also never been a better time to use FanDuel, because right now, you'll get up to $1,000 back if your first bet doesn't win. You can even turn a small wager into a big payday with a same-game parlay bet. Just sign up with the promo code Spotify to place your first bet risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook. Download FanDuel today. 21 plus and present in Virginia. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Billy, let me give you this. Put this on. This is a prototype thing. I just want you to have that thing. Okay.
You believe this? That's the Washington Monument, you know? Thank you very much, Ray. Ray Charles, this is a dream of mine. I'm gonna wake up and go, oh, that was an amazing dream. There's so many people who have worked with me for so long. I have a band. They don't have a name, but the guys in the band have names. My drummer, Liberty's been with me. going on 25 years. Sax player Mark Rivera has been with me since the early 80s. Crystal Taliaferro has been with me for like 6 tours already. I have a wonderful road crew. Bobby Thrasher is our production manager. And our tour is going to end in April. I'm going to be passing these guys over to Bruce. Bruce, you're taking them, and these guys are the best, so that's why we want to work with them. All the other people in the band, thank you so much. And my sound man has been with me. Brian Ruggles has been with me for 30 frickin' years. I don't know how you can stand still listening to this stuff, because I got troubles myself some nights. My production designer and lighting designer, Steve Cohn, been with me 28 years. There are 3 women at my table. I have to mention my mom, who gave me life. Thank you, Mom. My daughter, who changed my life. Thank you, Alexa. And my girlfriend, Carolyn, who taught me how to dream again. Anyway, this has been a great life. I've had the most amazing life, and it's mostly because of rock and roll music. And I love all kinds of music, and I'm right now writing what would be considered romantic mid-19th century classical music. Tommy's thrilled with this. I know it's Donnie's going, how do we market this stuff? And, he won't even record it. He's just writing, what am I going to do? That's where I'm going right now. But this music has made such a wonderful life for me. And I want to thank you so much for doing the great job that you've done at Columbia Records. Thank you so much. It's a great company. I just want to say this now. I grew up in Levittown, okay? Now, not exactly the epicenter of soul in America, And my parents, they were young people starting out. My dad was an ex-GI, and they got a house for $40 down, whatever the hell it was, quarter acre, and they thought they were moving to the country. They were getting out of the city. And we kids were growing up, and we were saying, this kind of sucks, There's got to be something better than this. And it was nice to be out on Long Island, but we didn't know this at the time. They would not sell Levitt homes to African-American families. We found this out later. They would not sell homes to them. So where were we going to get soul? Where were we going to find the soul of America? And we got it? We got it from the radio. We got it from rock and roll music. That's where we got it from. And I'm not talking about Pat Boone. And I'm not talking about Fabian. And I'm not talking about Frankie Avalon. I'm talking about Ray Charles. And Little Richard and Chuck Berry and Fats Domino. And Wilson Pickett and James Brown and Otis Redding. And Little Anthony and the Imperials. And Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. That's where we got it. That's where we got it. So I want to thank those people because they were the real pioneers. And I know I've been referred to as derivative. Well, I'm damn guilty. I'm derivative as hell. Now let me just suggest this. Anyone who is derivative, like I'm derivative, who should be automatically excluded from this institution, would mean that there wouldn't be any white people here. I know we're on TV, but we got to get some outrageous shit started here. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Induction Vault. For more on your favorite inductees, to shop inductee merch, or to plan your trip to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, visit rockhall.com. Plus, view the 2020 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction special on demand on HBO Max. Our executive producers are Noel Brown, Shelby Morrison, and Risa Gerke. Supervising producer is Taylor Chacoin. Research and archival assistance from Isabel Kiefer and Shannon Erb. Thanks again for joining us on this week's episode of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Induction Vault. Induction Vault is a production of iHeartRadio and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Here's today's STEM tip. Don't throw out that old plastic bottle. Repurpose it by turning it into an awesome terrarium. Just fill it with sand, pebbles, soil, and your favorite plant. It'll grow sealed right in its own ecosystem. Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.